Hi. So I uploaded a video a couple of weeks ago, and in that video I was basically talking about the things that you have to do as an immigrant if you arrive in the UK. If you haven't watched that video, I'll leave the link here. Please do go and watch. And in the video I mentioned that there are some apps that you can't live without if you're coming to live in the UK. There are some apps that you definitely need to download on your phone to make life easy for you and life stress-free, honestly. And I have been using this app till date, I'm telling you, and all these apps are still on my phone. Today I'll be sharing with you 10 very important apps that you will need. So if you're interested, stay tuned.
NHS pass written there.
Hi guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name said it before. Hey, stop that. If you don't know me, my name is Nanelle, and I'm a proud Ghanaian who's currently working and living in the UK as a nurse. So on this channel, I basically talk about migrating to the UK to work as a nurse. These days, I'm trying to add other professionals and other professions to it, and also talk about my daily life in the UK. I give tips on how to live a stress-free life in the UK. If these are things that interest you in any way, kindly consider subscribing. Today, I have come your way with apps that will make your life stress-free. Download these apps that I'll be mentioning, right? Some of these apps, I actually wish I had known them earlier, like they are so cool. So let me start. This is in no particular order, but as much as possible, as usual, I'll make sure that the very important ones are amongst the first 5. So the very first app I'll mention is white calling. Some people migrate, they leave their loved ones. I think most of us migrate and we leave our loved ones back at home. And this app is all you need, honestly, to reconnect back to people at home. I don't know how I would have planned my wedding without this app. I don't know how I live my life without this app. Seriously, this app is the real deal. White calling. This is what it does. It is an international calling app, but it doesn't do just that. Being ignorant, when I first came, I wanted to phone back home. I used my UK line to call back home, and the bill I got at the end of the month was £80. I was shocked because it wasn't like a long call. I just spoke for a few minutes and I was given a bill of £80. I called the network company, they could do something about it. They said no. I wish I had discovered white calling earlier. So what white calling does is you're able to make international calls. You just top up on the app and then it allows you to make international calls. So you can call Ghana, you can call Nigeria, you can call Kenya, you can call every country on earth. This one, whether you have internet access or not, you'll be able to use to call. You can find it on App Store or Play Store, and then you can top up credit or data using your debit card or your credit card, or in the app using the white calling card. It's very easy. I usually top up through PayPal and it's very secure, guys. I haven't had any issue with them ever since I started using them, and that's about 3 years now. When you make the calls with white calling, it's very affordable. The calls are of very good quality. The calls are so clear, there are no hitches. The person you're calling does not need to necessarily have white calling on their phone. It's so easy. When I was planning my wedding, this was the app I was using to call all my wedding vendors. I'll call the caterer, I'll call the decor lady, everybody using this app, because you know, some other calling apps, you need to have Wi-Fi. But what about the person you're calling? What if they don't have data? But white calling is not like that. All you need to do is to top up, and then you can make very clear quality calls at the lowest rates ever. That's why I love white calling. And another thing is, sometimes, you know, there are some people that you want to give gifts to, but not necessarily like big gifts, just a token. You see, I use white calling for that purpose. Let's say on Mother's Day, I have some aunties and some grandmothers back in Ghana, and I love to send them credit. Oh, hey auntie, just take this credit. Oh, hey auntie, just take this credit and make some calls with this festive season. That's all I did for some of my aunties in Ghana during the Christmas period. I use white calling to send them credits and data. No matter the network that they are using, you can send them data and send them call credits using white calling app. You just top up on your app and they're able to send them credit. They don't need to have the app. These are all the calls I have actually made from on white calling. I have actually used all the calls, and you can just easily switch and send credits to people. These are all the credits I've sent to people. And at the moment, if you invite a friend to use white calling app, you get £5 credit when your friend starts using the app. So white calling is a real G. If you have loved ones, you want to send them credit, you want to send them data, you want to call them not through other means because they have to have data before they can hear from you. No, you can just call them using white calling app. That's why I love them. It's my favorite. Let's move on to the next app. Okay. The next app I'll be mentioning is Google Maps. Google Maps is the bomb. When I was in Ghana, I knew of Google Maps, but I had not actually sat down to think of what it actually can do. Google Maps is everything. I use Google Maps for basically everything. Google Maps is just an app that helps you find your way around. It helps you to plan your trip before you go out. So whether you're traveling by foot, by car, by train, by bus, or whatever means, you need Google Maps. It helps you to plan your trip. It helps you to know which bus to take. It's basically everything in terms of movement. So I would encourage that you download Google Maps as well. Let me give you an example. I go to Google Maps on my phone. So you can easily search for restaurants near you. And yeah, you can easily search for pharmacies near you, grocery shops, coffee shops, hotels, parking sites near you, like every single thing. So let's say I'm going to church. The postcode of my church is BT73HX. So Google Maps tells me that it's actually 6 minutes by car, and it's 28 minutes by bus, and it's 45 minutes if I decide to walk, and it's 15 minutes if I decide to take a bicycle. So if you're driving, all you just have to do is tap on start, and then it can actually direct you as you drive to your destination. If you're taking the bus, however, when you click on the bus, it will show you the buses to take. So it's going to show you that if you walk from your location to John Long's Corner, which is going to take you 5 minutes, you can take a bus from John Long's Corner to Donegal Square West, and that's going to take you 9 minutes, but there are going to be 12 stops. The whole ride is going to have 12 stops. And then get off the bus at Donegal Square West, and then you walk for 1 minute, and you take another bus at Donegal Square West. The bus is called the 6C Beach Hill, and it's going to take you to Rosetta St. John's Church, and then that bus is a 9 minutes drive, and you walk 1 minute, and then you get to your destination. Like, this app shows you every single thing, whether you're taking the bus or you're taking the train. It's so easy. If I have to go somewhere, sometimes I just check the distance the day before on the app, and so that I know when to set off. When it comes to movement around, I would also encourage you to download any taxi app that is local to your area. Like, for instance, in Belfast, I usually use FONA cab. When you check the number, then you call them. Sometimes they can tell you they are fully booked, but the app always helps. Let's say I have an appointment tomorrow and I don't have my car, or I don't really know the place, so I want to take a taxi. I book from FONA cab directly. I just tell them where I'll be going, where they should pick me from, so I just input the details, and usually they get to my house like 5 minutes earlier. I'm sure there are other taxi companies that are local to the area that you'll be going to or you'll be staying, so you can find out from Google, or you can find out from the people around, and then download these apps. They make movements easier. You're definitely going to go to work, you're definitely going to go to church. You can find all these things, and then you can move around these places easier with Google Maps. So they are definitely going to be my number 2. Okay, and you can also download Uber. When it comes to number 3, let me talk about accommodation. Accommodation is equally important. When you come, right, maybe you're coming as a worker, and your employer might give you a place to stay for a couple of weeks, or sometimes months, or sometimes it's even a permanent place. That's if you want. If that's your case, good for you. But if you're giving accommodation for, let's say, 2 months, 3 months, or maybe you're with family for a couple of months, but you want to get your own place, there are some apps that can easily help you find accommodation. In Northern Ireland, if you're here, I will suggest Property Pal. That is what I used to get this place. I actually got 2 places and it was all through Property Pal. And for other alternatives, either Spare Room or Rightmove or Gumtree. Okay, so this is how Property Pal works. When you download the app, it's actually going to give you 2 options, whether you're looking for houses for sale or houses for rent. So let's say we're looking for a place to rent, click for rent, and then you type the area you want the accommodation. So if you're coming to work, you definitely want a place that's close to your workplace. So if you know the postcode of your workplace, you put it in. So once again, let's say my postcode for my workplace is BT7 3HX. That's not where I work, it's actually my church. So, and then there are filters around, so they'll ask you what's the radius around like the place, the address you want. So let's just choose 5-mile radius. I want houses within 5-mile radius of the postcode I have inserted there. And then what category do you want? I chose residential for rent, and then you sort order, like how do you want the list to be arranged. So maybe recently added or whatever. The price range, you choose the let's say the maximum per month you can afford. So let's say 700 per month, that's what we can afford. And let's say we're looking for a 2-bedroom house or whatever. So you view the results. Let's say you want furnished, you can also input furnished there. So look, it will give you options of all the houses that are available for rent in the area. This is the best. And then it would give you the options to look inside the apartments, so you can just go through and then see the one that you think you find attractive and you actually want to move into. And then there's a number, you call the person, you go for viewing, and then they'll take your documents, and then if the landlord agrees, then you move into it. That's how I got this place. That's how all my friends here got places. They all used Property Pal. I believe it should be in other parts of UK, but in Northern Ireland, it's the most popular way to get a place. I will also recommend other alternatives. There is Rightmove, and if you're not really looking for a place on your own, but you're just looking for a place to share, let's say you want to spend only 250 a month or 300 a month or 400 a month, so you actually want somebody who's actually already rented a 2-bedroom apartment and you want just 1 bedroom, download Spare Room. That can also help you find a flatmate or a housemate. So the 4th app I'll be mentioning will be your bank app. Back at home, I wasn't doing this. I didn't have the app of the bank I was using on my phone. I didn't know it was that necessary until I got here. You just have to download, so that way you know everything that is coming into your accounts and everything that's actually going out, so that you can properly monitor it. Let me tell you this. A couple of weeks ago, I saw that about £16 had been deducted from my account at 2 a.m. for Uber. I don't take Uber in Northern Ireland. Like I said, I either drive or I take the FONA cab I showed you guys earlier. So who the hell was paying for Uber with my card at 2 a.m. in London? So I phoned Barclays at 2 a.m. So they reminded me. Apparently I had a card and they suspected that the security of the card had been compromised. So they gave me a new card. And instead of me to freeze or report the card stolen on my app, I did not do it. So the card was still active actually, and whoever had my details was using it to shop. Luckily, it was just for Uber and it was £16. They couldn't retrieve it for me. But I'm just trying to say that I had to just report it or freeze it in my app. I just want you to know, if I did not have the app, I wouldn't have been able to freeze the card. In the first place, I wouldn't have been able to know that like somebody was stealing from me. The app is good. Sometimes you sign up for something and then they are debiting you every month and then you don't even know. Maybe it's a game you mistakenly purchased, or it's a subscription of an app you're not even using anymore, and then they're taking the money from your account every month. You need to have your bank app on your phone so that you can monitor what's going on in and out, because there's so many hush puppies around. You know who hush puppy is, don't you? So when you have the bank app, what happens is if there's any transaction, whether money coming in or money going out, it pops up on your phone screen. So that's how come you'll be able to know if there's any hush puppy things going on. Easy. Still with money and finance, I would say download Salary Calculator. I will leave links in the description of all the apps I'm talking about so they can easily download them and start using them. You can also download the HMRC app. It works basically the same way. By the end of the month, month, when you get your money, it's actually very, very close to this amount that the app gives you. So this is how it works. You are able to key in a few details about how much you're being paid per hour or how many hours you've worked, and the app is going to calculate how much tax you're likely to be paid and give you an assumption of how much you're likely to take home that particular month. This I use every month. Sometimes in a day I can go into the app 3 times. I look at the shifts I've been able to take based on the rota, and I just calculate how much I'm likely to take home that month or in the coming month. So I'm always here. This helps me to plan my budget. It helps me know how much I'm going to make this month and know how much I can spend that month as well. So it's very good. It's really going to help you. Sometimes what I do is that any amounts that the app gives me, I take out £100 just in case to get something very close. You understand? Okay. Let's talk about another important part, food. So with food, I always use Just Eat. Recently someone was telling me about DELIVEROO, but I'm so used to Just Eat and I don't have any issues with Just Eat. Sometimes it's really cold outside, you don't want to step out to go get food, or sometimes you're just not in the mood. Let's say you're relaxed in your couch watching some Netflix, you have some juice with you, you're enjoying your life, and you have to get out to go and buy food. No, we don't do that anymore. No. Just download Just Eat and it makes life easy. So this is how Just Eat works. When you click on the app, you can actually search for whatever you want. If it's pizza, if it's American dishes, chicken dishes, Oriental dishes, pizza, burgers, whatever cuisine you want, you can check from the app. If you know a particular restaurant, you put your name there, or you have to search based on your area. So to give you a list of restaurants that are close to your area that are willing to deliver, and then it will take you straight to the menu of that restaurant or that fast food joint, and then you choose what you want. It shows you how much you're supposed to pay, and then the restaurant will confirm your order, and within some few minutes they'll bring it. They'll let you know if delivery is free or not, and then they just bring it to your home. Sometimes you just don't want to cook, sometimes you're just tired. This is what we used to order. This is what I used to order my favorite Chinese once or twice in a month. It's really cool. When you come, sometimes you don't have cooking utensils yet, you've not bought stuff yet, probably you're in a B&B, you don't have a kitchen yet, and you can't always cook. I would advise you download Just Eat. If you want other alternatives, there's Uber Eats and there is Deliveroo as well. Now let's talk about entertainment. So it's always good to explore your environment, your new environment. It's always good to go out and have some fun. Obviously not in the winter, but like you have to download Eventbrite. So Eventbrite is this app that allows you to see all the programs that are being organized around you. Some of the events may be free, some of them you may need a ticket. So it will just show you everything that's going on around, some shows or some programs. If you're interested, you can attend. It's actually really cool, you know. But if you're the indoor type like myself, all you need is Netflix, YouTube. If you're the indoor type, these are things that you can use to entertain yourself. But if you're the outdoor type, you need to download Eventbrite. It'll show you all the fun events that are going on in your local area, so you can attend if you're interested. Another thing is TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is the world's largest platform for planning holidays. Like seriously, this is how it works. When you download TripAdvisor, you are able to type in an area and then it will give you a list of cool things or fun things you can do in that area. So TripAdvisor actually gives you a list of things to do. It can give you overview of the area you're visiting. It can give you the list of hotels, their prices, so many things. It can give you the list of cool restaurants in the area that you're planning to visit. It's not even UK. Even if you're traveling outside UK, it can actually give you so many things. You can reserve a table through that. In fact, just so many things, right? So when I typed in Belfast, this is what came. It gave me like the history, something little about Belfast with a population of almost 300,000 in the city proper, blah blah blah, the map of Belfast, and then it will give you like major tourist attraction sites in Belfast. So there's the Titanic, Belfast, there's a lot of things you can do and places you can stay as well, hotels you can stay, and then the prices. It's cool. Places you can eat, so many things. You can actually use this to plan and then make your bookings, explore different areas. It doesn't just work in the UK, it works for every place in the world on earth here. If you do come to the UK, sometimes you may want to take like an annual leave and then travel around other parts of UK or even outside UK. This app is going to help you plan that holiday with ease, okay, and make it fun. Now let's talk about something else that's quite important. Let's say you're here and then you're looking for a job. job search apps. I will talk about CV Library, I'll talk about Indeed, I'll talk about LinkedIn, but I think the most popular job search app in the UK is LinkedIn. You can check them out if you're looking for a job. Okay. The last one, this is not an app I use. I don't have it on my phone, but I think if you're single and you're looking for a partner, people have found love through this app. I asked around, so for those who want to know. eHarmony, I think it's one of the most popular ones in the UK. eHarmony for singles looking for eligible partners or elite singles. Okay, check them out and download these apps. If you're in the UK already, there are other apps that are also very, very important, like Money Supermarket, like Auto Trader, but those ones are not as important. If we talk about basic ones that you need, these are the 10 I've given you. There are other ones that maybe you can download as time goes by, but these are the very, very important ones you need to get as soon as possible to make your life easier. Am I trying to say that you need a dating app to make your life easier? Maybe not. Yeah. So if you enjoyed watching this, kindly give this video a thumbs up and just write in the comment section if there's any app I forgot to mention. If you're already in the UK, which app made your life easy? Comment below and let me hear about it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.